ultimate stress relief, mighty machines, glorious mayhem. Welcome back to the one place where raw power and crushing satisfaction meet, the ultimate stress relief channel. Today we've lined up a collection of mechanical monsters designed to obliterate, pulverize, and transform. The noise, the force, the spectacle, it's more than mayhem, it's therapy in steel. So sit back, crank up the volume, and let the destruction roll. We start with a beast built on a rugged Mercedes 6 X6 chassis. A machine already designed to go anywhere, anytime. Mounted on its back is a massive wood chipper, a blend of German precision and brute power. What sets it apart isn't just the roar of its engine, but the sheer practicality. Swap chip screens in under 5 minutes, no tools required. Fine chips or coarse chunks, it adapts instantly. Efficiency meets engineering brilliance, all wrapped in one unstoppable machine. Next up, the unmistakable growl of the forced SD8. Its diesel engine barely slows as branches vanish into the gaping maw. The secret: a flywheel with incredible weight and torque, pulling timber into the blades with relentless hunger. You can hear the balance in the engineering: steady, powerful, unwavering. It doesn't fight the wood, it simply consumes it. The result: pure crushing confidence. And then the surprise: a smaller machine with a surprisingly big appetite. An entire tree reduced to sawdust in seconds. The speed shocks you, but the satisfaction lingers. It's the kind of raw, unfiltered power that leaves you speechless. Sometimes destruction isn't just mechanical, it's emotional. The sight of an old bus rolling forward is enough to trigger a wave of nostalgia. The seats, the windows, the rumble of the engine. It's a time machine to childhood, to simpler days. And yet the scrapyard doesn't care about memories. Faded red paint, metal by decades, engine long silent. Bus 4040 meets its end beneath the crusher. Steel groans, glass bursts, and in under 30 seconds, a chapter of history is erased. Silence replaces the engine's familiar growl. For some, the sound of the scrapyard is unforgettable. One operator called it the steel scream, a deafening crunch followed by the shriek of twisting frames. It's not just noise. It's the song of endings and beginnings, of material reborn. Machines don't just serve corporations. For solo loggers, compact innovations like the P25 are game changers. From a single seat, one person can fell trees, limb branches, and skid logs, all without tearing up the ground or needing a crew. The diesel model punches well above its weight, delivering torque and efficiency while sipping fuel. Proof that size isn't always the measure of power. Of course, raw power carries risk. Machines capable of swallowing entire trees in seconds demand strict safety. Zones are established, protocols followed, because one mistake near those spinning drums could be catastrophic. The very thing that fascinates us, the sheer, unstoppable force, can also be deadly. Respect and distance are the only ways to stay safe. Still, crushing brings its rewards. Recycling steel instead of leaving vehicles to rust feeds the system that keeps industries alive. Old sedans, trucks, even sports cars, what looks like waste becomes molten metal, reborn into beams, sheets, and parts. It's destruction with purpose, and it keeps landscapes clean. The real marvel lies in design. Some shredders rely on raw horsepower, but the best balance torque, precision, and reliability. Low-speed, high-torque crushers obliterate vehicles in under a minute without the chaos of sparks or uncontrolled debris. The engineering behind those drives and shafts ensures consistency, even after hours of punishment. These are machines you trust to run all day without faltering. Innovation isn't limited to crushers. Cranes like the vegan 128T lift, swing, and load with grace, supporting local industries and proving that heavy equipment isn't just about destruction, it's about growth. Versatility is also key. Machines like the VB650 with both diesel and electric models adapt to any environment. Some job sites demand silence, others raw power. With options, there's no interruption in workflow. Efficiency shows in the details. Smooth belts, calibrated hydraulic arms, and perfectly tuned conveyors. All contribute to that hypnotic flow where materials vanish into grinders with no fuss, no stutter. Operators describe it as feeding a beast, grabbing, lifting, and dropping logs into jaws that rumble and crunch with endless appetite. Even the smallest flaws can impact operations. A clogged nozzle, a mistimed spray, or a misaligned hammer mill can throw off an entire cycle. But when everything runs right, the destruction is one-sided. Wooden pallets crushed in under 10 seconds, knocked out cold by hammer mill jaws, fast, ruthless, and deeply satisfying. Concrete, too, has its rebirth. Massive chunks fed into jaw crushers are broken into rough pieces. Then cone crushers refine them into uniform aggregate. That material becomes the base rock for roads, the very foundations we drive on every day. Waste transforms into infrastructure, chaos into order. The same story unfolds with tires. Reinforced, layered, designed to resist destruction, they require immense torque to break down. Machines like the WN1100 don't flinch. Slow, deliberate grinding turns stubborn rubber into manageable scraps, ready for recycling. Sometimes the sight is painful, a $340,000 flattened into scrap, crushed not for fun but for legal enforcement. Imported illegally, it had no second chance. Rules demanded its destruction. A tragedy for car lovers, but also a stark reminder, not all crushing is optional. Other times, it's simply satisfying. Russian-built Atlas mass shredders with their flawless feed systems show no hesitation as logs move straight into rotors. No jams, no pauses, just consistent crushing rhythm. Or the Yale 180 excavator, nimble and road legal, performing the work of 3 machines in confined zones without tearing up pavement. Its precision wrapped in efficiency. Rural road crews benefit from designs like the Scorpion 350, running straight off a tractor's PTO shaft. No need for extra engines or bulky machines. Just hook it up, chip roadside brush, and keep moving. Smart, reliable, and low cost. Behind the spectacle of cars being scrapped lies another unseen process: recovery. Metal, glass, rubber, all separated, sorted, and reused. Cars compressed into dense bricks save space and make smelting more efficient. Plastics, too, find their second act. Shredders turn polycarbonate, polyethylene, and polystyrene into uniform flakes for reprocessing. Even cables, tough and tangled, fall to 4-shaft grinders that chew without pause. Machines like twin shaft and combination show the perfect balance, powerful crushing followed by clean separation. Wood, steel, plastic, each sorted like clockwork. Nothing wasted, everything repurposed. The rhythm of crushing becomes strangely human. Workers remember how crates once had to be smashed by hand, slowly, sweat pouring, splinters flying. Now, machines do the same work in minutes, never tiring, never faltering. At the end of the day, piles of wreckage lie in silence, transformed into uniform stacks of chips, bales, or cubes. Another load ready for the next stage of recycling. Another round of destruction turned into renewal. That's the green tech way. Pure power, relentless transformation, and satisfaction that never fades. If the crunch of steel and the roar of engines speaks to you, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned. More machines, more mayhem, and more ultimate stress relief are on the way.